might not be a dick or a douchebag. You might just be in a state of mind and in a place in your day where it brings you joy or it made you laugh because maybe you suspected it was sarcasm. So I'm only responsible for me, like I said. So what I like to do is I take personal inventory all day long, and I try to, if I misinterpret something, like I did with my friend today, and I realized that I misinterpreted. I didn't tell him that I misinterpreted, but what I did was I changed my attitude about the whole thing. And I told him, we're good. You don't have to give it another thought. And I meant it because I realized that it was me putting that stress and that negativity on that apology. You know, I thought it was sarcasm, but it wasn't. It was a deep-seated apology. And once I realized that I had misinterpreted it and I made steps to correct that kind of behavior, then it was easier for me to communicate with him. The thing about social media, though, is a lot of people don't care what the meaning is because they're right. And they don't have, we have no accountability on, well, some of us don't. I always have accountability for my actions on social media because I'm that type of person. And I believe that if I have accountability for what I put on social media, then I tend to have a better group of people that surround my online persona. And having an online persona and an online life is a completely different blog that we are going to talk about. But my advice, friend, whomever you are, because like I said, I forgot, is to realize your state of mind, or try to stop before you react. This is what I try to do, is I'll read something, and then if I think it's something that it may, like if I have an automatic instinctual reaction to it, then before going off, I try to stop, let it sink in, let it settle, think about it again, and then maybe reply and edit it, write it out, edit it, write it out, sit a minute. Now this takes effort, and it takes willpower, and it takes a desire to put your best out in your reply. Because so many times we tend to just snap off if it's something that agitates us, or laugh at others' misfortunes when it's not supposed to be that way. So that would be my advice, to stop, think, and then respond. Because reacting, it only makes things worse if it's misinterpreted. And then I can either hurt the other person, I can make them angry, and it can become a whole blown up thing, and then the thread or the text messages or the email just goes completely out of proportion. And if I don't understand, then I will ask, what do you mean? What is your meaning behind this? Is it A, B, C, or D, or is it F, or H, or P? And a lot of times that works. People will tell you what they mean. It's easier in the long run for me to ask what you mean than to try to decide what you mean, because making decisions on little to no information is a fool's game, and it never works out in the end. Everyone always ends up in a tumultuous relationship, or a knockdown, drag-on fight on social media or through text messages. And let's be honest, it never is a win-win. It's always a lose-lose. So just breathe, take your time, and ask questions. That would be my advice. Hope you're having a great day, and remember that I love you, and today deserves a great you. So hit me up at auntvancie@gmail.com, or simply send me an inbox on Facebook. Until then, have a great day.